Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resource, hashtag how I got custody. I want to talk about this point. I hear people using this a lot. This is for dumbed down, numbnuts idiots when they try and make people look stupid and they say, oh, you get all your information from YouTube. You know how stupid that sounds? And if somebody says that, they're showing how brain dead and moronically idiotic they are. There's a guy called Numero Uno 2532 on my YouTube channel. He said James is mostly right about stuff, but he said that masks don't work, so he needs to stop watching YouTube. All you're doing is telling what a dumbass, airheaded sheeple you are. Because first of all, I want to talk to anybody who ever says, or if you're dealing with a lawyer or somebody, or you're trying to tell your lawyer something, they say stop watching YouTube. Or, I've heard people in court make arguments and the judge said you need to stop watching YouTube. First of all the news stations that these people rely upon, the mainstream media, have YouTube channels. So YouTube will show a highlight of the Super Bowl or NBA championship. Because it's on YouTube, then it's not real? What are you doing on YouTube making comments on stuff if you say YouTube is a fake reality? What are you doing on it? YouTube is a vehicle or a media channel. The television is a media channel. The newspaper this is why people are so stupid. They can't even think about what they're actually saying and what a numbnuts idiot this guy looks like. Little punk ass bitch. It's just when you're so stupid and you make an argument and you think you're smart because all you do is make a prima facie or on the surface allegation, you look like a total idiot, and then you're laughing at somebody thinking that you won an argument, and it's like dealing with a drunk person or a drug addict. So, but this is a good lesson for anybody else who gets that from a judge. Oh, where'd you get your psychiatry from? YouTube? First of all, Dr. Fauci is all over YouTube. All kinds of notable, reputable scientists are on YouTube. So what is it that we have to look at? What we have to look at is whenever a claim is made, we have to follow up and do research. It's called research because you research what they're claiming. So what your stupid jackass is saying, if some information comes off of YouTube, it's not accurate. So there's pictures of 9/11 on YouTube. Does that mean planes didn't crash into the World Trade Center or that it didn't collapse? Your stupid logic, if we apply it to YouTube in general, is asinine. And because this idiot doesn't have any arguments for what I'm saying about masks don't work, he shows what a zombie, sheeple, tricked out little hoe he is, because he'll just follow whatever his feminine feelings are triggered to follow, because the media, it's well established. It's not even debatable. It's scientifically established that the CIA has admitted to using the media to brainwash people. And back then, there was newspapers and television. So what is this guy saying? That whatever the television tells us is correct? Whatever the newspaper or a journal, which one is it? It's all coming from human beings. What you do is you have to vet and research and examine what they're saying. So first of all, let me show this punk ass bitch, airheaded moron, where I get my stuff from. Because first of all, he's assuming that all I do is what, and this is a guy, I suppose a guy. If it's a female, it wouldn't surprise me. But he's a guy with a bunch of feminine energy acting like Miss Cleo, the 1-900 psychic. He assumes that I get all the information from YouTube. Where the reason why I say masks don't work? Number one, Fauci said they didn't work. So is this hypocritical bitch, did he ever follow Fauci's instructions? Because Fauci said they didn't work. Then he said to use masks. And then at one point he said hand washing is the number one communicable conduit to spread COVID. So how come they aren't out there policing people who aren't washing hands, if that was what he said was the number one problem? But then they went out and did masks. And if this numbnuts juvenile delinquent idiot would actually read like I do. I read since 2020. I've been reading scientific journal papers on this stuff. I dare this idiot to tell us what people died from in the Spanish flu, because this stuff is tied in, because everybody was scaring us about scaring us if this was the next Spanish flu or whatever, right? So I want to know what he thinks everybody, since he's Mr. Know-It-All and complaining that I'm lying about masks not working, even though there are countless scientists who say that masks don't work. There are countless experiments that say masks don't work. And all those people were shut out by the media, who have been proven over the past few and several years to lie to the American people, and just people in general, to lie about. The media was 100% in on, and all of Congress was 100% in on, Saddam had weapons of mass destruction, and it was proven he never had them. So we went to Iraq, killed millions of Iraqis, sent our people over to get killed for something that was a total lie. And nobody cares. And we were there for 20 years. But this dumbass numbnuts says that you need to believe the mainstream media. I assume because he's saying don't believe YouTube, even though YouTube rebroadcasts what's on the mainstream media. So again, what you'd have to do is, the vehicle, the messenger isn't the problem. The conduit, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. There's all kinds of scientists coming on TikTok that were getting banned on YouTube saying certain things. Or Rumble or one of these other places, just proving beyond a shadow of a doubt some certain things, because they get shut out of mainstream media. Because, look, mainstream media is totally pimped by Big Pharma. Jimmy Dore, a comedian who has a YouTube channel, he's brought on people, some of the leading scientists in the areas of things that he talks about. Russiagate, disprove that. And Jimmy Dore is a far left liberal. Russiagate was an anti-conservative issue. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I hate both tricked out hoes that are pimped out, by our Congress. It's been taken over by the mafia. So, but Jimmy Dore had a bunch of people on about the jab too, and about masks and other things. So, I read scholarly articles. This punk ass bitch says, oh, everybody does masks, and everybody does masks, and I have to do it. And so if James says no, he doesn't like it, then James is watching YouTube, while you're watching YouTube and watching me and saying that I'm normally right about a lot of things, but this one thing you say is not true because I'm on YouTube. You see how delusional, moronic this idiot is? Did you know that masks trap at least 13 different pathogens in your mouth? Now, they don't let you expel that. Do you know that exhaling is a way to get rid of disease? And, the combustion that happens when you burn fat, you're expelling fat from the body. It's a mechanism to spit waste out, just like sweating, just like your pores and all this other stuff, your armpits. But the mainstream media that this guy trusts like a little bitch, they sell you deodorant which has aluminum, which clogs your armpits so you can't release toxins out. That's probably why so many women get breast cancer. That's a guess of mine. I don't know, but I'll be honest and I won't definitively say anything. But masks trap 13 different pathogens in there, including the pathogen that causes bacterial pneumonia. Why would you want to trap that in your mouth, in your face and in your mouth? Unless it's an emergency situation, you're a doctor during a surgery. But they wanted us to do that day and night. You see people driving around with a mask in the car, and they're the only ones in the car. That's how retarded people got. And this guy's saying I'm an idiot for believing everything on YouTube. But YouTube is a vehicle to get a message. So is Time Magazine. So is the TV. So is the newspaper. So are scholarly journals. Scientists write scholarly journals sometimes based upon their donor behind them. That happens with global warming all the time. If you're against the theories about global warming, you don't get funding. That's how Big Pharma works. Watch all the video. Watch any news night. Watch how many Big Pharma advertisements there are. The news is going to tell you whatever Big Pharma says, and they're in on an agenda. So everybody's pimped and controlled. So to say, go to YouTube That's bad information. Examine the information, not the vehicle, you idiot.